everybody, before you watch the video, make sure you follow the page, like the video. Hope you enjoy.
I think I definitely tried to emulate him at the start, and then realized that I'm not today. I can't do exactly how he does it, so I'm going to have to come up with my way of doing it.
You mentioned something that's very interesting. I tell a lot of people this. Because they see someone, like famous or someone, they try to mimic the guy game without looking at what their capacities are, you know what I mean? Without thinking, you have to look at yourself. That's that chat about, like, try to understand what your needs are, what your weaknesses are.
Yep.
Try to build on what you're good at, like a puzzle game, eh?
Definitely, and I always tell people it's like, you can definitely watch people and see what they do and try and break it down so it works for your body, because one, you're going to be a very second grade version of them if you just try and copy them. Yeah. But you can be the best version of you, so you should just focus on what you can do. And two, if I'm looking at some techniques and it's like, okay, well, what's Craig, okay, if I'm 4'10", and weigh 100 kilos, I'm like a little ball, and I'm looking at what Craig Jones is doing and going, oh, I'm going to do that. It's just like, that's unrealistic. It's just unrealistic.
And you can look at trends. This is pure trends, right? So, for example, you look at the time, what was the name of that guy? Kenny Cornelius. Mm-hmm. Like, there was a Kenny Cornelius trend. There was the 50-50 Meow Brothers trend. Just trends like fashion, anything, right? Even like gourmet burgers to Mexican. It's all about trends, right? So when there was Kenyon Cornelius, right? So you get a 40-year-old guy that cannot even hardly can put his shoes because he's completely inflexible, and then he's gonna do a worm guy because on trend. Like you just go, man, what are you not seeing? What I'm seeing that you're not seeing here. You know what I mean? Like, so that kind of thing. Like if you follow trends, sometimes you go into a completely opposite direction to actually make your game anything good. You know?
Yep, definitely. It's something that Kit and I would always talk about, is like trying to use your body against somebody else's body rather than using set techniques. For example, if I'm against somebody that's shorter than me, I try and be really long. So I'm trying to stretch them out, doing Toriander passes, things like that.
Or close, we don't let them move too much.
Yeah, but then if I'm against somebody who's bigger than me and I try and Toriander pass, they just sit up and they choking me or something like that, and it's just okay, that's not working. But if I get in really close, use body locks and knee cuts with no space for them to get their underhooks back or to pummel a foot back in, then I can start doing that. And it's like, we can use those techniques that, say, our hero or is using, so I can try and emulate those techniques, but I've got to use it at the right time. I've got to be using it against the right person. I can still have a good leg lock game. I can still have a good triangle game or something like that, but I've got to be using it against the right people. I'm not going to be trying to triangle somebody. I wouldn't try and triangle Andre Galval. The guy's just got nothing. Like, I'm not going to reach my legs around him for starters, so it's just not going to work for me.
Yes, you gotta understand reality.
Yeah.
And you have to think strategically as well. And like, go there, it didn't work the game. Okay, next time I'm gonna try play this game.
Yep.
And in saying that, like you mentioned, that Anton, like it's just that occurred to me. I was waiting to say this. You said, oh, he always adapts to the rules. He adapts to the rules, but he has a certain quality that allows him to. Is more than that. Is that he is able to play like professional level, really high level, from every single position. Not many guys can do that. So you can see Anton playing half guard bottom against
shocked me. That actually shocked me.
Duarte, like half guard bottom, like in a high level. Then you can see him play close guard. Then you can see him play passing open. And so it's more than only adapting to the rules. Like rule set is actually he has these. He can play at every single level.
Having that
Which is very unique.
A complete game, because you'll get guys that are guard specialists and then they get
Correct.
on top and it's just like, well, they just sort of stall it out from the top. They got
Correct.
their sweep and they don't know how to pass.
Yeah.
So this was actually, I'd sort of only really known of you at a local level at the start. And that was you taking down passing, lots of steamer locks and things like that. But it's a lot of it from the top. Yeah. And then seeing you get put on your back or playing off your back, and I was like, hang on a second, he's got a guard?
Yeah.
It actually shocked me.
I do
was
more
like,
guard in training than this because I'm polite.
of course.
To people.
Well, I do as well because my guard sucks. So it's like I'm far more comfortable on top. But so
No, my guard's probably better than the top, man.
yeah,
To be honest,
I don't know personally. I just feel my guard's weak, so
Yeah,
it's just like I'm just going to play guard because it needs a lot of development. So
Yeah.
let's just get on our back and let people try and pass and
That's how
see
you
what I
get
can
better.
do.
I think
Yeah.
actually this has made like I've suffered because of this in competition stuff. Like I find like a lot of guys that have got like their A game kind of thing and they stick to it, they do better in competition because
Yep.
it's so tight with what it is.
Yep.
I think a lot of the reason that I've not done as well in competition is I don't give a shit.
You're just going to be
I'll
free and
just
play.
do whatever and
Yep.
then see what happens. But the problem with that is it just allows too much variable.
Then they can start launching into their A game,
Yeah.
and then you're
And
a
even
step
you might be able to
behind
deal
or-
with it
Yep.
or whatever, but like it's close fights and there's an advantage or they score 2 points and
But there is a positive side of that too.
Yeah.
Because you can actually, after a first match, and the guy does his A game and whatever you put on the plate didn't work, you have the capacity to come to a completely different game
Yeah.
that actually could work really
Yeah,
well. Not
definitely.
many
So
people have that.
So then when they've exposed their A game to you and you can go off and come back even if you've got another match on that same day against them, go, okay, that's what
Yeah.
they're going to be looking for. How do I start to shut this out and launch into my attacks?
that's generally what happens though. Like
Yeah.
the guys that I fight more regularly, like I've seen a shift too because like the amount I improved over like COVID and all the time off and everything is like nobody saw, but I think I've improved a lot since then. Like this is my understanding. Like I was just thinking about things a lot, and I don't think I ever kind of thought about it as deeply or contently before. And Hey guys, thanks so much for watching the video. If you haven't yet already, make sure you subscribe, like, and again, go and check us out on Facebook, on Instagram, like all our platforms. Give us a follow at bjj.101 on Instagram and go and check out bjj101.com.au to access the full video library.